Apiakusi Adomako is the West African Regional Director of CAT International. They are not happy with this increment. In a statement, they say this increase is unjustified and opaque. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Why do you say that this increment is unjustified?
Okay. Good evening and good evening to your listeners of Citi. We think that this tariff increase is unjustified because tariffs in Ghana are not determined from vacuum. They are determined based on some variables. And the key expectation, Ghanaians were even expecting the PURC to announce substantial tariff reductions. And just we woke up this morning to be slapped with this increase. The reason why we are saying this thing is that, our energy generation mix is about 72% thermal and then 28% hydro. Now, the thermal uses crude oil or natural gas. And these two products, whether the crude or the natural gas, we use dollars to buy these products. Between the last time that the tariffs were increased and now, the previous tariff review, PURC used 15.70. And now it is dollars to the cedi is 10.31. This is about 5 cedis appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi, which is about 30% from the previous quarter. And so by this, because generation leans heavily towards the thermal, we would expect that tariffs supposed to have come down. But here, PURC has increased the tariff. Now, on the same thing, PURC also talk about some debt in the energy sector, which we find it a bit unfortunate, because when you use the last figure that they used, the 15.7, and now we can calculate that there has been a kind of a windfall on the energy, on this input material, which comes to about 1 billion Ghana cedis. And we expect that 1 billion windfall to even be able to clear all the existing debt that the PURC mentioned of. Number two, PURC also used an inflation rate of 20.67 instead of the current inflation rate of 18.4. And of course, we know that inflation is even trending down, and yet they are using a very high rate, which is also a miscalculation on the part of PURC. Then you come to the cost of gas. That is the weighted average cost of gas. It went up just by 1%, and this is very negligible because already, though the cost has gone up by 1%, that 1% can be offset by the cedi appreciation. So the cost of gas will not have any effect on the final cost of the final value. Now, PURC also, per their law, PURC is also required to also engage stakeholders when they are coming up with new tariffs. But PURC fails to engage stakeholders. Now they are talking of pay 20% fuel cost component. That one also lacks transparency because there was no clear disclosure on how these prices were arranged. So for us, we think that PURC is not doing what is required of them, or what is required of them under the PURC Act, and we urge the PURC to suspend the new increment and engage in public consultation, and also provide a detailed disclosure of the methodology, the formulas, and the figures that they use to arrive at this new tariff.
Because if you say the PURC use 20.67% of inflation to do the calculation, instead of the 18.4, which is currently. It means the PURC have been a bit disingenuous then.
Yes, PURC has been big, and already inflation rate is also trending down. And we expect inflation to come down. We've seen how the economy has stabilized and all the variables are trending positively towards the consumers. And so this is the time that we expect consumers to get relief from high tariffs. Now PURC has come up with an orthodox invention by saying that we are supposed to pay 27% of light food and other sum of input material. All these things were not part of PURC's earlier method of adjusting variables when they are adjusting electricity prices. And so PURC has kind of shown some level of opaqueness in the discharge of its work. And I'm not sure this is what the lawmakers meant when they established the PURC through the Act 583 that requires PURC to be very 538 to be very transparent in its discharge of its obligations.
Thank you very much for your time. Apia Kusi Adomako, West African Regional Director of CAT International, they're not happy with the announcement by the